I don't carry myself looking like you wouldn't expect to think I'm homeless, right? But I gotta hop the train to go to my interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my reality. I gotta risk getting arrested or getting a ticket just so that I can go try to apply to a job. It's crazy, you know what I mean? Hi, my name is Josh. I volunteer for City Relief because I'm helping people that are in the same situation that I'm in. It just gets more and more complicated when you start putting all the little levels of adversity into it. My phone was cut off for like 2 months. I sent applications in person and online for so many places. And of course, my email and number are on the papers. I'm assuming reaching out to me via phone or something because I didn't receive anything. So whether it was just them not reaching out to me for whatever reason on their end, or it was a lack of me being able to communicate because I didn't have the resources. Right now, I just got a job by the grace of God. And they want me to bring in my social security and all I don't have those, you know what I mean? It's like, when you don't have an address to send things to, it just gets more complicated. When you don't have the funds to pay the fee to get the things sent to you, it gets more complicated. You know, these are just the real little adversities that I don't think put into consideration. When you go to an interview and you don't have like presentable clothing because you're homeless or experiencing whatever you're going through. And then, you know, the presentation isn't up to par. Like the chances or likelihood of them hiring you is slim to none, you know? That's a reality I think most people aren't thinking about. It's not just as like, oh, go get a job. Like, and I'm trying, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What more can I do? I got a job though, by the grace of God. I'm so happy that I do got one. But it was tough, you know, it was tough. And then when you're in the shelter, that's something I feel like a lot of people need to know. When you're in the shelter and you don't have a job, you don't get an apartment, you get no like help. You know what I mean? Or if you do, it's a longer process. In order for you to qualify for anything, you have to have income, you have to have pay stubs. And that's another thing that I don't even know if I should say, but like, yo, like sometimes you can't make too much money because then you don't qualify for anything either. And if you try to be realistic with what cost of living is, like, you know, $17.50 for like a 1-bedroom or a studio, and that's if you're subletting, because most of the time it's like 2 bands and up. So 17 something, you got to pay the security the first month. And I know legally they're not allowed to charge that no more, but go on Facebook Marketplace right now and you're going to see the same thing. So it's about $7,000 minimum to move into an apartment. So let's say, you know, you think, let me get the better job, and we're only talking about $100 more than what the minimum requirements are. You're getting an extra $100 a week. You think you're doing better. Now you don't qualify for anything, and you still can't afford to get an apartment. You only make it $2,000 a month. So it's like, these are the things that, it's just, I don't know, it's, you know, it's an expensive city to live in. I don't really understand why things are the way that they are now when it wasn't like this before, but you know, it's so many complicated factors that get put into place. Like when I was going to my interviews, I was apologizing from the very beginning about my presentation, because I was like, yo, I'm sorry I wasn't able to like clean myself up or come with a button-down shirt. Unfortunately, all my belongings are in a storage unit that are very far away from me, and I don't have the opportunity or travel money to get there and take the stuff out. It's just, you know, it gets more and more complicated.